G'day cheeky dogs, my name's Margie and I'm an Australian currently living in America. Today we're going to be talking about the Bluey episode Stickbird and the 5 things that maybe you didn't know about this episode.
Oh Dad, look! It looks like a bird's head.
Oh yeah, it does too.
Can we make a stickbird?
Yeah, righto.
Hooray!
The first thing is the fact that Stickbird is real. Like, it is an actual real life thing that Joe Brumms has actually done with his girls. Joe Brumms, of course, is the creator of Bluey, and he had this to say about it in the Behind Bluey podcast.
And it was based on something, unfortunately, which 100% happened. And that is, I was at Curramundi, up the sunny coast, making a stickbird with my youngest daughter. And it was like a sand ibis, and it took about 20 minutes making it, and then we left it and we went off to get some more sticks or something, and then a bunch of kids tore across and wrecked it.
I'm gonna win! Come on, Cookie! Stick!
Oh no.
And my daughter and I were the similar distance that Bingo and Bandit were. We could sort of stand there helplessly watching it all happen. And I still remember my daughter just running towards it when the kids had left. I could see those shoulders slump from 100 meters away, and it was just horrible. And then I ran up, and there was a lot to deal with. There's a sadness that her stickbird was busted. I think the words she used were about the kids who did it, that I think in the episode we ended up with they're my rivals, which I had heard on another occasion. I think on the day she said, I want them to explode, which didn't make it into the final ep.
I'm sure they weren't trying to be mean.
They're my rivals.
I also personally love how much the bin chicken comes up in Bluey. Like, it was also in like the Christmas display at Myers this year as well as the stickbird, so I thought that was really cool.
Because we can't throw stickbird's head.
Oh yeah, of course not. We'd never do that to you, Stickbird.
You're too beautiful.
The second thing we're going to talk about, though, is probably like the most famous line from this episode, and that is the whole idea of like putting something out into the world and it's no longer yours.
But when you put something beautiful out into the world, it's no longer yours, really.
Owen kept asking, what's Dad worried about? What's Dad worried about? It's like, take your pick, man. Like, kids, relationships, how.
Now, Joe Brumms actually added this line in after he had already finished the script and everything for this episode, and it was already like, going full into production.
When you put something beautiful out in the world, it's no longer yours. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, look, that sort of came after I wrote the script.
Right.
I was just like, you know what, that line is just going to exorcise this for me and get in there.
Here I come!
He added this in because he was getting notes on another episode. I wonder which one it was. But he was getting really frustrated with it and he wanted to add that into this. And I think it just made it like so much more in depth and like such a great episode for like crafting theories for as well.
I won't go too much into it, but that line happened right at a time when, with Bluey, I was getting a lot of notes about particular episodes, and I was finding it a little difficult with some of the notes to really do what I wanted to do with certain episodes. And eventually, that kind of mindset was the only thing that helped me.
Well, what do you do with something you don't want anymore? Give it to you? Whoa, I don't want it.
Yeah, me neither.
Then what do I do with it? You throw it away. Oh.
It's like, look, once I make it and I try to make it as beautiful as I can, it doesn't then belong to me. But yeah, it's interesting putting something into the world, and some episodes work for some people, some don't. And you kind of have to detach from all that. And yeah, that one worked its way into the cartoon.
Of course, though, if you want to listen to this podcast, they did one for all of the 3C episodes, and they are so good and filled with so much really cool extra information. However, they are only available in Australia, unfortunately, and not for the rest of the world. So if you do want to listen to them, you do need a VPN. I use NordVPN. I am not sponsored by them, but this is an affiliate link. This is what I use so that I can watch Bluey in Australia and listen to all these podcasts before they come out overseas. So again, I'll leave some details for that in the description box in the comment section down below for you. The third thing, though, in this episode is actually Chili's book that she's reading.
You want to handle this? Hey, healer.
Oh, sorry, what?
Nothing.
And I missed this actually in my initial Easter eggs and breakdown video. I do go obviously a lot more into depth than just 5 things, so if you are interested in seeing that, I'll leave a link for it up here and down below in the comments. But the book she's reading is Eat, Pray, Love, but just the pray part because they can't use the word pray because of the religious restrictions with ABC Australia, they got a dog paw print there instead. So it's eat, doggy paw print, love. And I think that's so cool because again, it kind of ties in with the fact that like she's been trying to relax more, which we saw in the previous episode, relax, and like she's kind of like on this kind of like journey. So I love this reference to eat, pray, love.
Do we need to throw things really far?
Sometimes.
Like Mum said, you need to throw this thing really far. Whoa!
It's going all the way out to sea.
The fourth thing that I think is really interesting here is actually the links to other episodes, and there's quite a few of them.
So there is the previous episode, Relax, where they are both set at a beach.
Bluey, look! Whoa! Can we go to the beach?
So it does seem like they are linked together. And then also in this episode, Stickbird, we see Chili teasing the girls with a crab claw, and we see that crab claw again in the next episode, Show and Tell.
Maybe you could talk about how crabs have an exoskeleton as opposed to an endoskeleton. You see, blah, 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 skeleton, blah, 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 mitochondria. Make sense?
No.
So it's kind of like linking all 3 episodes together, and that's the first time we've really had like almost a consistent timeline in Bluey. A lot of the times it's kind of just like higgledy-piggledy, wibbly-wobbly kind of timeline, Doctor Who style.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
But these episodes do definitely feel a lot more linked together because of that.
There are also a few more references to previous episodes as well, but like I mentioned before, I have this all in my like in-depth breakdown Easter egg video of Stickbird. And I'll have that video linked in the comment section down below as well.
The last really interesting thing I think though, of course, is the location, which is Curramundi Beach. They did such a beautiful way of just showing this beach as well as all the mangrove shoots as well, which they use for the episode Stickbird and things for like throwing. It's all just so Australia and so Queensland as well, and I absolutely love that.
I need better sticks.
Ooh, I bet there's some over there.
Can I go look?
Yeah, you go. Let's try again.
But cheeky dogs, let me know in that comment section down below, what were your favorite things from this episode? What did you find really interesting about it? And also, if you're watching Disney Plus version in any other countries other than America, did you notice any differences between your version and the Australian version? I would love to know in that comment section down below.
So how do you feel?
Good. Yay!
Again though, while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button if you love Bluey as much as we do, as well as that subscribe button and that bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other Bluey videos. But until then, I've picked you cheeky dogs out a few other videos that maybe you would like to watch, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah! Bye!